And
we have some breaking Patriots news.
What?
Yeah, so the Patriots have announced that they have begun negotiations to keep Jerod Mayo on staff. They will also begin interviews with potential offensive coordinators next week.
Okay. I
That's
read
from
that
Mike Giardi of NFL Network.
No, the Patriots just put out a release. I read that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. I read that as the Patriots were interviewing Jerod Mayo for the offensive coordinator job. So I was a little confused. This is the kind of stuff. This is what has happened.
Yes. So did they put it out on their website? That's kind of a weird thing to just put out in like a release.
Yeah, I can't remember them ever doing anything like this.
Interesting. Well, again, that's good news. They are interviewing for potential offensive coordinators. They're going to put a title on it, is what it sounds like. Oh, it came from PR. The New England Patriots and head coach Bill Belichick have begun contract extension discussions with Jerod Mayo that would keep him with the team long term. In addition, the team will begin interviewing for offensive coordinator candidates beginning next week. That's good stuff. I love seeing both of those things. That's like impressive. Right. I don't know, right? I mean, it's kind of weird that they have to send out a release for it. But
so that tells me a couple things here. One, Krafts worried about what this season looked like. This is Robert Kraft letting people know, you don't need to worry about Matt Patricia. He's not coming back. We are going to get a real offense coordinator. That is coming from Kraft. This all comes from Kraft.
And we're keeping Mayo.
Here's the other thing that this tells me. In contract extension with Jerod Mayo that would keep him with the team long term. That last part, he's the next guy. They think he's the next guy.
He's in waiting. Yeah.
Steve is there.
Wow.
Steve is there. Steve could be the DC. Like if you lose Mayo, they have a great defensive coaching staff. That group did not get enough credit this year. From Mayo to Steve to DeMarcus Covington, right? Keep going. Mike Pellegrino, Brian Belichick, like great staff. And also, you're not negotiating with Jerod Mayo to make him a DC long-term. He doesn't want to be a DC long-term. Right. He wants to be a head coach.
That's
Jerod Mayo. This is them kind of signaling.
Coach and waiting.
And people are gonna spin this to saying it's Kraft putting pressure on Bill. Like, hey, like kind of what we just talked about, right? In terms of the next guy being in the building, And I don't know if I'm willing to go that far. I think Kraft likes Mayo. I think Kraft would love to see him be the next guy. If you want to go as far as saying it's him putting pressure on Bill, you can. I'm not going to go that far just yet. But they want him here long term. You don't aim to keep how old is he? 36, 37? I might be underselling that. You don't put out a statement
whatever it is
about keeping a 36-year-old linebackers coach long term unless you have bigger plans for him.
Right. I love it. Again, I think it's good because it's like you said, it's pressure from Kraft, and it, like you said about Patricia, it sort of corners Patricia out of the coaching staff, right? Because in one release, they announced that they are looking for offensive coordinators next week, and Mayo will stay. So Patricia's gone, and he ain't going to the defense either. It tells me, like you said, it tells me that just as much as it tells me that Gerod's the next guy in waiting. And good. This is
great. This is I love this. I didn't think that something like this was on the table.
Exactly what they needed.
But this to me is, and I said this at the top of the show, and we were talking about Robert Kraft does not want to be seen as a meddling owner. He wants to be seen as hands-off, trust Bill. This is Robert Kraft meddling without meddling. This is brilliant. This
doesn't usually come as a press release.
I've never seen anything like this. This is
why it's fascinating.
Well done. A+, the offseason is off to a flying start.
Yep, I like it. Okay, so again, that's our breaking Patriots news. Again, the Patriots and head coach Bill Belichick have begun contract extensions with Jerod Mayo that would keep him with the team long term. And they will begin interviewing for offensive coordinators beginning next week. That tells me Billy O, Zach Robinson, maybe Cliff. Maybe they bring in Cliff for an interview next week.
Well,
I don't know if he wants to take that low.
It says offensive coordinators, right? Plural?
Right. Well, begin interviewing offensive coordinator candidates.
Okay, so that's more than one. So, yeah, they might have a favorite, but they're bringing multiple people in.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who it is because that's good stuff. All right. Well, there was one question in here, and I want to find it because I want to tease what we're going to do next week. And that is, excuse me, give me 1 second. What is the Patriots' actual salary cap number? According to Miguel Benson of Pat's Cap on Twitter, I believe it is around $35 million. But next Thursday, we're actually going to have Miguel on the show. At Pat's Cap on Twitter, he's the Patriots salary cap guru. He's all over, he knows everything about the cap. He's outstanding. He's a good follow. You should check him out on Twitter. He's going to come on the show with Alex and I next Thursday to break down where the Patriots are salary cap wise, what moves they can make, how trades can work with, guaranteed money, all that stuff, and bring your questions because we're going to open it up for Q&A with Miguel as well. So, again, their number's at like 35, but we're going to have him on next week to break that down with us.
Yep. We're just going to throw cap questions at him for an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. It would have been so easy for that to drop like right after we got off the air.
I know. I'm
Man,
happy.
we avoided the podcast curse.
Yeah, we did. So, do you have any other thoughts before we get going? I know we're going to want to go tweet and write about this.
So did we actually read the statement in full?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought it's interesting.
Patriots. Hold on.
What?
So, this is kind of obvious, but this is not like we're going to try and re-sign Jerod Mayo.
Yeah.
The announcement is Patriots to extend Jerod Mayo. So, they're going into negotiations, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. They worded it as Patriots to extend Jerod Mayo.
So, the one other thing here that's very interesting in this, they didn't say that New England in the body of it. Can we hang on?
I have it up if you need it.
I want to pull it up. Is it on screen? I want to pull it up on the screen. Do you know how to do the screen share?
I can put it on screen.
Yeah, can we get it on the screen?
A sec.
I'm just going to let's see here, because I want to point this out. We're going to go. This is incredible. Okay. I've never seen anything like this.
All right, screen picture in picture. Is it this? Hi, that's not it.
Nope. Hang on.
If you can do it,
we're losing so much.
Oh, share screen.
Yeah. Here it is. Okay, you should be able to pull it up now.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so the other interesting thing here. So you pointed out, Mike, in the headline. I wish I could illustrate this here.
Yep. I know, me too.
You pointed out. Can you see my mouse?
Yes. Yeah, we can.
All right, you pointed out in the headline here: Patriots to extend Jerod Mayo. But here's the other one: the New England Patriots and head coach Bill Belichick have begun contract extensions with Jerod Mayo. Not the Patriots. The Patriots and head coach Bill Belichick.
Right.
Bill's involved. This is Bill.
Right.
Maybe it's Robert Kraft in the background with the puppets, but Bill is doing this on his own volition. This is Bill. Excellent.
Well, that also tells me that Robert wanted the release out there, and Bill is like, okay, but we're putting my name on it too. I'm not letting you completely run the narrative. I'm involved in this too, and I'm not letting it run the opposite way. So again, the wording is key. I'm reading into Patriots wording much more now after Jelani Tavai nonsense this offseason. And Patriots to extend Jerod Mayo. They're not trying to. They're not. I mean, again, they announced contract extension, but they are going to extend him according to the title of the release. So looks like Jerod Mayo is staying.
That's going to have to come with the DC title. It's going to have to. I can't imagine.
And assistant head coach.
You think so? What does assistant head coach mean? I mean, I don't know. Although, again, I guess
it's a title. It's a title game, though.
If the plan is to set him up as the next guy, assistant head coach is a pretty good call.
Right.
This is also what we said before. The other interesting thing about this, who was not mentioned? Matt Patricia. It would have been very convenient for them to, if they were going to fire Matt Patricia, which we discussed earlier, we don't think they will. It would have been very easy for them to fire Matt Patricia in that statement. This is what we've said all along.
Yeah.
The waiting for the report of Matt Patricia getting fired, that was never coming. It was this.
Right.
It was the next guy being hired was going to be announced before Patricia being reassigned. And here we are.
Right. Right. And again, I said it earlier, but I want to reiterate. It's the offense on top of Mayo staying is basically putting Patricia back upstairs, because not only are they looking for offensive coordinators, but they're not going to move Patricia over because Mayo is going to be here. So they're looking for OCs, and the defense is set up. There's no place on the coaching staff for Matt Patricia.
Well, maybe
and that's basically
maybe Jerod Mayo loses the linebackers coach title, right? Maybe he's DC, AHC, and then Patricia becomes the linebacker. But you know what? Make him a linebacker.
I don't
coach,
see
whatever. It could be so much worse. Make him if he's the linebackers coach, and by the way, Jerod's still there, basically looking over his shoulder. Fine. You know what? I can, after what I'm not going to bitch about little coaching things after what we just went through. I'm really not. If he's going to be the linebackers coach with supervision from Matt Patricia, from Jerod Mayo, the damage is contained. The damage is contained.
Right. 100%. Good stuff. All right.
Oh, wait, hang on. This is a really interesting question. Any chance Jerod Mayo has a say in the OC hires? If the plan is to make him the next head coach, maybe that means we have a timeline on Bill. If we find out Mayo has a say in this, that is massive. Not only does that mean that he's in line to be the next head coach.
How are we going to find that out, though?
One of those, like, Jeff Howe.
Yeah, I guess.
Probably not in a statement like this, but yeah.
Okay. Sure.
That not only would confirm that Mayo's the next guy, but that Bill's really, like, heading out the door, like potential final year kind of talk begins. So very interesting way to push it.
Good stuff. Well, you got our live reaction. Do you have anything else before we kick it?
I'll think of like 5 things when we pop off here, but
I know.
For more on Twitter at Real Alex Barth.
I was going to say, good way to end the show. We'll react. We'll write about it. Check us out on Twitter.